here we are. How good. The next stage, the plasterboard is here. We're actually going to be able to save a little bit of the ceiling. There's not too much patchwork if you look up where the air cons go. So we didn't have to rip down, but we did have to remove a lot. Now, with plasterboards, we've got our big sheets for our big walls. You sort of, when ordering, you want to make sure you're ordering the size of the walls so you're not breaking up different sort of areas. So we've got our big 4.8 sheets. We've got some 4 meters under there. We've got some 3 meters out the back, some 2.4s and even some 2.2s, just to make sure we're matching all the walls as easy as we can. We have been able to save certain areas, and certain areas we've kept just for test areas as well. I'm actually going to walk you through how we go about measuring up each site. Now, as you can see on the roof here, we've got our glue spots previously from where they've had their sheets. The long ones, we try and get as long as we can. These big stretches all the way through, 1, 2, 3. Just like bricks as well, you have to stagger your plasterboard sheet. If you have them universal side by side, you're going to entice movement and cracking all along those joins when we start getting them up. So make sure we're staggering our sheets and try and get our long ones down there so we can get it and see the visually flatness all the way across. Very hard on these internal corners. You need super good frames or a super good installer, especially if you're square setting corners, to make that line run dinkum die straight, especially along long walls like this. Picture just standing down a railroad track and just looking at the track. They're pretty straight, but they still get these little things in there. That's the imperfections that can come up in plasterboard and plastering within a house, especially with square setting. That could be the difference between a very good, unique finish and there's a couple of little dodgy things going on here. I wonder if the apprentice did it. So the other thing that we have to do with plasterboard as well is make sure that we've got our windows ordered. Now, we are a couple of weeks away from windows, so we're going to have to stay away from those walls to make sure the excess water doesn't come in, even if you block them up, because like I said, you get a little bit of water in these plasterboards, you're back doing work. Also, not too many joins. The more joins you have, the more work you've got in base coat and setting.